news out of the NFL. Shedeur Sanders will be getting his first career start this weekend when the Browns take on the Raiders. Dylan Gabriel remains in concussion protocol, and so here's his head coach, Kevin Stefanski. This was moments ago, making the move official.
Shedeur is going to start at quarterback. Dylan is still in the concussion protocol. He is improving, but obviously we got to put a plan together for all of our players, all of our offense, our defense, our special teams, plan of attack, and give our guys a chance to go execute and play fast. That's the goal.
Peter Schrager, with this news, what's your reaction?
Okay, now it's time to do it with first-team reps. I mean, there's always been a caveat that he hasn't been able to get the opportunity to play with the first team. You heard some quotes from offensive linemen saying they weren't really sure about his cadence because they haven't worked with him. I said in training camp, if he had a Russell Wilson-like training camp from when Russell was a third-round pick in 2012 and made it so undeniable and blew away every coach at it, you had to start him over Matt Flynn. You had to start him over the late Travaris Jackson, that maybe Shedeur would do it. He didn't have that training camp. He hasn't had that season where he's made it undeniable in practice, and whether or not he's been given that opportunity or not, that's neither here nor there. Here's how I look at it. Shedeur Sanders, right now, has about 8 games. He can make a statement to not only that coaching staff, not only to that owner, but to that fan base that, yes, I am the guy, and it's worth keeping me around, or it's worth giving me a shot next year, as opposed to using one of those 2 first-round picks on a quarterback or packaging them and getting a quarterback that way. I know there's been a lot of discourse on Shedeur Sanders. Guess what? Full week of practice. You're the guy. Let's see it now on an even playing field, and let's make our judgments after this week as opposed to last week.
Stephen A.?
I am very, very disappointed with Peter Schrager right now.
Here we go.
I mean, what a tepid response.
Rational.
Talk about lukewarm. I mean, damn. I mean, listen, we all know, listen, Peter, where's the guy so incredibly connected to the National Football League with sources everywhere, knowing your football backwards and forwards the way that you do? Where's the guy that was saying, what's up with the cadence issue? What's up with no first-team reps? What's up with the fact that Kevin Stefanski is a 2-time NFL Coach of the Year, 2020 and 2023, having a quarterback who's a rookie so flagrantly ill-prepared to be on the football field last week? Where that Peter Schrager at? Now, come on, man. Come on now. This is what I'm talking about here when I'm talking about. Listen, in the interest of full disclosure, Doggy, Swagoo, and Peter, I said this with Shay yesterday. I root for Kevin Stefanski. Let me tell you why. I know his daddy. Ed Stefanski is a long-time NBA executive. We go back decades. I love that man, okay? And that's his son. So I'll never root against Kevin Stefanski. And Kevin Stefanski comes into the NFL, and he immediately shows he's a hell of a coach. Again, I'm not saying rookies, start and get first-team reps as a QB2, Peter. Please don't get me wrong. Yeah. What I'm saying is if you know you're already starting a rookie and a rookie happens to be the QB2, and you know that the QB1 is susceptible to concussions, he's a relatively small dude. One hit can end him for the game, for the season. You know this. For the backup to be a rookie and to be so flagrantly unprepared, which Shedeur Sanders looked like, I find to be suspicious. So I'm glad they announced that he's the starter. I'm glad he's going to get his first-team reps and stuff like that. I get it. I understand. I'm looking forward to it. And I want to say this last point. Shedeur Sanders, I can't think of a game that's going to be more important. He can't come out this week and stink up the joint going 4 for 16 like he did last week. Nobody is giving him a pass. He goes out there and he stinks up the joint this weekend, people are going to be saying he don't belong in the league yet. It's going to be bad. He is under immense pressure to at least look respectable this week.
I think
especially against the Raiders.
I want to maintain my place on First Take, so let me come a little bit hotter here. That was tepid. You're right, Stephen A. I apologize for that. That was weak sauce. When I say Russell Wilson won the job and became undeniable, when I say Derek Carr as a second-round pick won the job and was undeniable, what I'm also saying is Shedeur Sanders did not win the job this summer, did not earn a place on the field yet this season, and it took for 3 other quarterbacks to go down for him to get an opportunity. What I'm also saying is some of the onus is on the player as well, in that they're not looking to lose games. They want to put together the best team possible, and they didn't believe up until this point Shedeur Sanders gave him the best chance to do so.
I think it's really out of line to blame Stefanski for the quarterback being unprepared. He's an excellent coach. He knows QBs. I know Cam Newton did. They had Watson forever, and he worked with him. Furthermore, he's got a rookie quarterback in Gabriel. What are you going to do, split the snaps with Gabriel, who's a rookie quarterback? He needs as much snaps as anybody. You can't. It's not like he's Joe Flacco where you can sort of maneuver because Flacco's seen everything in the NFL. He just started. He's got to get all the snaps. He's preparing for a ball game. And I'll give Shedeur a little credit because that last drive on Sunday against the Ravens was at least respectable. Respectable. But let's call it like we see it. He was outright awful on Sunday afternoon against her. Let's call it like we see it. And to put the blame because he wasn't prepared is nonsense. He held the ball way too long. He couldn't get the ball to the line of scrimmage. He didn't play well. So to sit there and blame this now on the head coach, to me, is really not the right thing to do, especially when Gabriel is a rookie quarterback who needs all the practice time he can get so he can be qualified for the game. But I agree with Steve on one thing. No excuses now. You're playing the Raiders who stink. Go out there. You don't have to be phenomenal. Be like a representative quarterback, which he wasn't on Sunday against the Ravens.
I think it was the fact that the offensive line had never heard his cadence that got everyone rattled. How have they never one time
It took 10 seconds. It took 10 seconds to throw the ball when he was back in the pass.
Right, but the offensive line wasn't accustomed to hearing him call plays, and I think that's what had us all rattled, right? Like, that's very unusual. I don't know. Swagoo, what do you think?
Yeah, let me get into this conversation because during the draft, me and Stephen A. went back and forth because I thought Shedeur Sanders was obviously a better quarterback than going 5th round, and I thought he should have been a late 1st round guy. But 3rd round wouldn't have made me scratch my eyebrows based on the conversations that I had with a lot of people around the league. But ultimately, when we get to this point of Shedeur Sanders' tenure with the Cleveland Browns, there is no way in hell, Shay, you absolutely right, that the offensive line should know his cadence. I don't give a damn if it's a baby at quarterback in front of him. I've been in the NFL locker room 9 years. The 2nd string quarterback on a football team always has a package or some reps that he gets with the first team just in case he has to step in if a quarterback gets hurt or goes down. That is absolutely bull crap for them not to know his cadence going into his first game in the NFL. Doggy, I don't give a damn what you feel like about Kevin Stefanski and the good on good. And maybe he didn't show well during that period of time. But Shrey, you and I know it wasn't enough to make a determination of if he was going to be good enough to be a starting quarterback for your football team. So now we get, and y'all know me. Stephen A., you know me as well as anybody. I ain't going to defend the quarterback when I don't think he's good. I don't give a damn who he is, who his daddy is, where he came from, or his life story. It don't matter to me. This game is very honest. Either you can play it or you can't.
Or you can't.
I'm telling you right now, in this particular situation, this kid needs more of an opportunity and tutelage to see if he can be a really good quarterback in the NFL. It's unfortunate how it has went. But now Kevin Stefanski even alluded to it. We got to build some continuity. We got to make sure that the guy that we prepare for this week is knows enough, and the people around him knows enough in order for him to have success. The young man was not in a position to have success the last time we saw him play football. Period. That's on the coaches. That's on the offensive coordinator, the head coach, the quarterback coach, and everybody else. Go ahead, Stephen.
Well,
because
here's the deal, and I got that. I got it.
Responsible.
That he's not, because listen, this is where Doggy is so wrong. And see, Peter, I get where you're coming from, because listen, look, Peter, let's call Peter what he is, all right? Peter's an insider, damn it. You understand? Peter knows everybody in the NFL. You understand? So I understand. I get it. I can get on you for being tepid and all that stuff. But damn it, I've been there covering the NBA for 30 years. I get it. Sometimes you're gonna be the truth. You're gonna tell the truth. You don't lie. You're gonna tell the truth. But in the same breath, the momentum, the energy.